Hey guys, so before even I begin, as you can see, this video might get a lot of dislikes because the title of this video is Polymath is a scam. But trust me, this video is only out of some research that I have done recently, and I found that this is something that needs to be spoken out and people need to know about it, especially the investors, right? And and one of the reasons this is important is because, according to me, Polymath has been one of those projects which has created a lot of hype, curiosity. There are I don't know how many numbers of investors out there who believe in this Polymath. In fact, until now, even I thought that Polymath is going to change everything for the security tokens, but it turns out there are some red flags which I really want to talk about it. And of course, trust me, I would want this Polymath to be successful, and I don't really wish that Polymath turned out to be a scam. So stay with me and let's go ahead with some of the topics that really concerns me about Polymath. Right, so the first one is, when I was actually looking at, so what does Polymath do? Before even begin into what is how Polymath is a scam or not, let's see what Polymath is. So Polymath is basically the future of security tokens. So as you can see, there are tons of tokens out there, but they deny the fact that they're actually security tokens. And of course, most of the time they might also become the victim of SEC regulations, the US Securities and Exchange Commission, right? So US Securities want that all the tokens which are security tokens should declare that they are security tokens. But so far in the last year, none of the ICOs actually declare that they are security tokens. So that is where the Polymath comes into picture and says that you can create a security token on our platform that we are building up. Now, the first question that comes into our mind, that the Polymath itself is a security token, in my opinion. And so are they really approved by SEC for them to actually allow other people, or for them to issue security tokens? So for me, if an ICO wants to issue a security token and they want to use Polymath, for me the first question is Polymath approved by SEC? And the answer is no. And will they really approve Polymath for that in the future? The answer is nobody knows whether will that happen or not, right? So that's the first red flag. And the reason I say that, because of course I do look at the numbers as well, right? So when we talk about these good cryptocurrencies that I think has a great future, I look at the numbers first. So they got listed. When they got listed, what the ICO price. Now Polymath did not have an ICO, so they had a private sale wherein they raised about, I don't know, a couple of millions dollars, quite a huge amount in fact. And so I was looking at them for OnChainFX. Now, for those of you who have been watching this channel, OnChainFX is something that I have been lately referring to, because they really break down things for you in terms of security token, currency tokens. They also give you the profit ratio, when was they listed and all that. I was really surprised to see that the Polymath, which is one of such a popular coin right now, and the whole crypto community is excited about, is not featured on OnChainFX. So that was the first red flag as to why would they not feature such a great coin. And then it turns out that they would not. So this is just my assumption that one of the reasons they don't want to do that is because they have a category. So if they had to actually feature Polymath onto their platform, they really have to put it into security tokens, which becomes a controversial topic for them, right? So represent claims of off-chains, because if they have to put Polymath onto their platform, it will go under security tokens. So maybe that is the reason they didn't want that hustle, and that is what they avoided featuring it at all. Because why else they would not feature Polymath on OnChainFX? So that was the second red flag. Now recently, so I mean there are many actually, and I would just want to give you a couple of them, right? So recently in the CoinDesk there was a Consensus 2018, and then there was this the creator of Polymath, his name is Trevor. Over here, he was actually speaking to the CoinDesk, and he mentioned a couple of points. The first point that he of course mentioned is about Ethereum. He said that Ethereum made actually more millionaires than anything else. So I don't know what was he actually trying to say. What is he actually trying to say, that Ethereum is also security token or an app token? But he was giving to the reference. Now, even if you look at the website of Polymath here, and if you scroll down a little bit, I'm sorry, I'm struggling with the mouse here because, right? So they compare themselves with Ethereum. So what they say that we are the Ethereum for security tokens. So let me just show you here. The Ethereum Polymath equivalency. What Ethereum did for tokens, Polymath will do for security. Well, first of all, Polymath itself does not have its own blockchain, and this is the biggest red flag right now. So you are trying to compare yourself with Ethereum. You're saying that you can create security tokens on Polymath, but you don't have a blockchain. You are actually raising funds on Ethereum, and you in fact don't have any plan, because if you go into their white paper, which is right here, you won't see a mention that they are actually creating their own blockchain. So they are full-fledged going to work on the Ethereum blockchain. So the biggest question is also that will Ethereum be scalable at all? I mean, if at all, that let's say that Polymath becomes very popular and there are so many ICOs who want to raise their funds on Polymath, will they be able to take those number of transactions, those number of ICOs? Is Ethereum scalable for those kind of transactions, right? And in a speech recently, and which has been flashed on Reddit, by the way. So this was one of the questions that has been flashed on Reddit. It says, I read the Polymath white paper and was excited by the project. In the summary of the white paper, it states that the Polymath presents an open protocol for issuing and trading security tokens, and ultimately helps usher a complex global regulatory landscape. So this is with regards to the question that whether Polymath is going to have their own blockchain, and the answer to this is no, because they haven't mentioned anything like that in the white paper. So here it says, if you read this out completely, this is really a very, very big red flag for me. So Polymath presents an open protocol, and then he refers to, and then I watched Trevor Koverko, the CEO of Polymath. I then watched at the World Blockchain Forum on the YouTube channel. So if you just click on this link here, and on the video, the slide says that Polymath will transition to a self-contained proof-of-stake blockchain. I could not find this reference anywhere in the white paper. So even though the CEO says that we are going to create our own blockchain, but in the white paper that's not even mentioned. That means that they are only talking about Ethereum blockchain. So that's the biggest red flag right there. And then he writes that, to me, this is a pretty big detail to leave out. So is Poly staying on Ethereum or creating their own blockchain? And then this guy says, oh, well, I'm actually out of this Polymath, right? So, and the reason I want to discuss this today, because I know that this is one of the well-spoken cryptocurrencies. People are really bullish on it, but these are some, I'm not really saying that this is actually a scam, but these are some of the references which I found out. I would urge you to go ahead and do your research. If you're already holding Polymath token, definitely do. One of the video that I made yesterday, if you remember, and the video's title was, which of the cryptocurrencies are going to go to zero in the next 5 years or 3 years? And the simple logic that I had there, if a product, if an application does not have the use cases, for me, I will be trusting Polymath more only when they get more ICOs who are issuing security token. So far that has not happened as yet, and until and unless that happens, I would not be 100% sure on Polymath, right? For me, until then, it's not a working product. So for me to hold on for a longer time, that becomes an issue. In the terms of performance also, they haven't done any extraordinary. They are actually trading on KuCoin. They have been traded, I think all-time high was 1 point something. So they have not done anything extraordinary. So overall, there are some kind of red flags within Polymath, when it comes to whether they have been approved by SEC to issue security tokens for the other ICOs, whether they are going to issue their own blockchain. There is no clarity on that, and why are they not being featured on OnChainFX as well? So multiple red flags, but let me know, what do you think about Polymath? Do you already hold Polymath token, or are you planning to buy Polymath token? I'm going to leave some of the references. I found one video which this guy has done tons of research on this Polymath. I would definitely urge you to go ahead and watch this video. I'm going to leave the link, and the title of the video is Polymath is a complete joke but a strong buy. A strong buy because the community is buying, everyone is buying, so let me buy. And but the question is it a long-term hold? Is it actually going to deliver the product? Is it actually going to deliver the promises that it has made? Will it actually get the approval from SEC also to issue those security tokens? So these are some red flags. Let me know your opinion in the comment box below. Let me also know if you're holding Polymath already or you're planning to hold. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Again, this is not investment advice, just my personal opinion. Would love to hear your thoughts on this. See you.